What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just got out of the gym, but I wanted to talk about how outrageous, again, the food prices are here in the US, America. So the fast food prices now are pretty much, they're the same prices as, it's the same price as how it would be to make your own healthy food at home. So let's say, you kind of, I'm not saying you shouldn't try to lose weight and everything, but it's like this system has gotten so out of hand with the cost of living, this cost of living crisis that we're in, where it's like you can almost say you're almost damned if you do and damned if you don't with these food prices, with what you buy, because let's just face it, like now it's to the point where it used to be people would say, well, don't go out all the time, make sure you make your own food at home, make healthy meals, blah blah blah, you'll save on money and you'll save on future hospital bills in the future medical bills, because you're going to be eating healthy and you're going to be eating at home, so you'll be saving double the cost, right? You'll be saving double the cost on food, right? Well, that's not true anymore. Now it's to the point where unhealthy food, it costs just as much as eating out with, eating unhealthy food. You got McDonald's, you got combos going for anywhere from $18 to 30 something dollars at McDonald's. Burger King is around the same, 30, 35 plus dollars. Culver's is even more expensive. Culver's is like, Culver's is like a luxury meal if you want to get Culver's, I'm just trying to I'm trying to figure out when this started coming about. And I think it was, I want to say it was after COVID. It was after COVID happened, where the prices of healthy food and the prices of bad food just kind of leveled out. And now we're at the point where they're practically the same. There's practically no difference. So it's like you try to eat healthy, and then at the end of the month you're still spending hundreds of dollars a month on food, especially if you want to weight lift, you want to gain muscle, things like that. You don't want to look like a noodle. You don't want to look like a noodle that you used to float in the pool. Like, you don't want to have noodle arms, right? You want to be strong, you want to be fit, you want to be healthy, but I'm not saying you got to eat like Mr. Olympia, but it's still basic fucking things now. I'm saying, ground beef, salmon if you want to buy it every once in a while. I hardly buy it. Ground turkey, chicken, whatever, frozen chicken. Yes, you can go to Sam's Club, you can go to Costco, but even then, that's expensive now. That's expensive now. Even buying frozen vegetables is expensive now. I eat, guys, and unfortunately, I can't really, I don't have the time all the time to go to the nearest Costco and the nearest Sam's Club from me. It's over an hour away. It's literally over an hour away just to shop for food. An hour there and back. So it's it's not really feasible to do all the time. I don't know how, the closest stores are to me are, I have Walmart, I have Fresh Market, things like that. But again, all these stores are expensive. These stores, the food at these stores cost a lot of money. So it's it's not feasible either. So, I just see people, it just seems to be you're damned if you do, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't in this economy. It doesn't matter if you buy healthy, if you buy unhealthy, because at the end of the day, you're all paying an arm and a leg for it. At the end, the right choice is still to eat healthy and to go to the gym. But it's now to eat anything, it's you can't eat that much. You really can't. And if you're a heart gainer like I am, if I don't eat, I lose weight. So, I lose a lot of fucking weight if I don't eat. So for me, it's I have to eat a decent amount. Otherwise I lose weight. I wouldn't fit in any of my clothes that I have right now. So I'd be forced to buy new ones. But you know, it's like, I don't know what the solution is, really. I mean, I guess I would still say not to eat out. Not eating out would be the best choice. But again, you're still paying an arm and a leg for healthy food. That's the thing. It's no matter what, you're paying an arm and a leg for healthy food. So like, I get it. Like, this society, the way things are being set up now is like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, people, I've gotten comments, besides the food issue, I've gotten comments like, you know, sleep in your car, whatever. It's like, okay, you could do that, but again, you're gonna worry, you know, you're worrying about drug addicts, you're gonna be eating shit food, okay, which is gonna affect your health. You're gonna be eating shit food. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have access to a stove, you don't have access to a microwave, you don't have access to anything that, you know, you would need to cook healthy meals. All right, so you'd probably be limited to, like, what, you know, where even ramen, like, you know, even ramen requires a microwave, so it's like you'd be limited to crappy food. All right, you'd essentially be eating crap food from Walmart, you know, prepackaged garbage food from Walmart, or you'd be eating, you know, gas station food. Like, and again, that's expensive too. And then you got to account for, again, because you're moving you got to move locations all the time. Guys, I know this stuff. Like, I've lived in my car. You got to move locations all the time. The police are always badgering you. They're always asking questions. Why are you living here? Why can't stay here? You got to move over there. You know, or we're going to give you a ticket, this or that. You can't go anywhere. Like, living in your car and being homeless is technically illegal. It's technically illegal to be homeless. For the people that didn't know that, it is, but, which is crazy. Not saying it's right, but, you know, like, it just feels like we're living in a society where you really are. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you rent, you can either rent out an expensive apartment with the high prices, or you can live with a bunch of roommates, you know, and share a house with a bunch of roommates, which sucks too. Or you can live in your car, but then you can't really live in your car because then the police are going to badger you. They're going to tell you to move. Then you got to spend a bunch of money on gas. You got to eat crap food. It's like, it's everywhere. Everywhere you go in America, it's always the hard path. Everything, and there's nothing wrong with the hard path. Okay, like, it builds character, but it's like, it gets to a point where it's just like, you need a fucking break, dude. You need a break. Like, it just seems like you can't win. It's just work all the time. All the time. You got to stress about food all the time. You got to stress about work. You got to stress about money. You got to stress about, you know, how many more hours do I have to work to pay off this? What do I got? You know, how many bills do I got to come in? It's nothing but stress in America. It's just like literally nothing but stress. And it's so exhausting. It's like, when does it end? Like, how many things do I gotta pay for? How many things do I gotta worry about? Like, it's always just like, you know. And before, when you were single, like, you didn't have any kids to worry about. It's like you could get by just fine. You could eat healthy meals. You could live a not a life in luxury, but you could live a pretty decent life and have an apartment. Now you can't even do that. So anyway, I kind of got off track, but my point is, you know, I guess I'm gonna call it. I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't in this economy, because you really are. You try to do things to get ahead, but then there's always a roadblock, or the prices always go up, or, you know, the goalpost, I should say, is always being moved in America, where you get to that magic number, whatever that magic number is in your head, and then, you know, inflation, government prints more money, blah 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 blah, corporate price gouging, and people are just at the point where they're just like, fuck this, dude, I'm tired of working, fuck this, quitting my job, I'm tired of working. What's the fucking point? You know, when shit hit, like, people are realizing, like, when shit hits the fan with these fucking tariffs and all this other stuff goes down, like, it doesn't matter how, you know, people are working themselves to death now, but when the tariffs hit and all this other stuff starts happening with Trump and everything that he's doing, like, you know, it's not going to even matter anymore. It's not going to even matter anymore. People are so worried, you know, and I'm not saying you shouldn't try to get ahead. But I also see why everybody's quitting, you know, just quitting. I see why everybody's giving up in this economy, because it's just hopeless. It really is just hopeless. It's hopeless. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit, this game that we're living in. It's just a rigged fucking game. It's a rigged system. It really is a rigged system, you know? Like, and I thought, I used to, and I still have, you know, I still have hope. Hopefully think that things are, you know, hopefully they'll work out as I continue doing these courses, as I continue leveling up my skills, you know, with YouTube and things like that, and working on the other channel. By the way, another video is going to be out on my second channel, so keep a lookout for that by the end of the week, as well as a channel name change. But that's kind of off topic. But, like, you know, I see it. I see why everybody's giving up. I see why people are throwing in the towel and saying, screw this, you know, I work hard, I'm poor. You know, I don't work, I'm poor. It's a mess, dude. It really is a mess. This whole thing is a mess. So, anyway, you know, I'm almost home. I'm gonna end the video. Hope you guys liked it. This pressing rant. I got another one. I gotta put it out there. It's like, make sure you like the video though. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.